previously on St. Elsewhere.
How's your hand?
Perfect. No strength, no grip. Couldn't crush an Oreo.
Look, Ellen. Mark, you have been underfoot all week.
This temporary, premature retirement is a lot harder on me than it is on you.
You've got to find something better to do with your convalescence.
A memoir by Dr. Mark Craig.
You really are a piece of work. Take a moral stand and then chuck it when things get hot. Well, next time you decide to screw up, don't suck me into it. Raising debt. Coming.
Code blue, room 3162. Room 3162. Right.
Holy crap, Al. You three are going to have to be a lot quicker if you want to see any action.
We got here as fast as we could.
Yeah, arrive after me, you're too late. Clear!
He's still in VTAC.
Oh, for crying out loud. Lidocaine 100 milligrams, IV. We wouldn't be saying toodaloo Johnny if one of you numbskulls hadn't mismanaged his meds.
We've been watching him every hour.
Who was the last one in the room with this patient? Ah, Loyalty. Good to see. Get out. Out! Damn.
Congratulations, Birch. Your first murder.
You'll see, Timmy.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's okay.
Michael, take your brother and sister down to the waiting area.
All right, Mom. Bye, Tim.
See you guys later, and Sean, keep that finger out of Gooberville, all right?
How you feeling, Tim?
Well, whatever you gave me should have taken the pain away.
Anything else I can do for you?
Yeah. Put me on a rowboat in the middle of Sebago Lake. You know, it's the first summer we haven't gone out to the cottage.
Next year, Timmy.
Doctor, why can't Timmy go back on the dialysis machine?
Well, listen, Mom, I told you about that.
Mrs. Moynihan, as I tried to explain to you, at this point in the progression of his disease, the dialysis wouldn't be very effective.
Look, let's do this in the hallway.
I heard a good one this morning. Remind me to tell you.
Okay.
The latest tests show that Tim's status is unchanged.
But there must be something. A transplant. The dialysis
Oh, for
machine.
God's sake, enough about the dialysis machine.
After all these months, we're going to have to face the inevitable. We're down to just days now.
You're the doctor. Do something.
Mrs. Moynihan, the tumor has continued to grow despite chemotherapy and surgery. If there was an alternative treatment, I'd be trying it.
And I'm telling you, I'm his mother, and I won't give up. Right, James?
Put Tim back on the machine.
The malignancy has spread to Tim's brain and his lungs. And dialysis will only keep him alive long enough to die from some other complication.
That's what you say.
It's against your son's wishes, but if that's what you want me to do, okay.
Can't make you better unless you give me more definite symptoms. That's not what I had in mind.
How's she doing? Oh, stinko. She's fussy. She's throwing up. CBC shows a rising white count. Any ideas yet what's wrong? My guess is intestinal infection. I start her on ampicillin. You know what? I think we got appendicitis here. She's febrile, no diarrhea. Jack, wait a second. Just because you're on gastro rotation doesn't mean every cramp is an opportunity for surgery. Let's get her on antibiotics and wait a few hours. Yeah, but in the meantime, she could become toxic. Well, I don't like the idea of operating on a baby unless it's the only option. You're making a mistake. Thanks for the consult, Jack. I mean it. Well, she's my patient, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. And let's face facts. Diagnosis has never been one of your strongest points.
Okie dokie. Let's get down to business. Like the old memoirs. Ellen, I could use some more coffee.
Okay.
The dedication.
Be there in a minute.
To Ellen. For her unflagging support of me and my career for nigh on these many years. Nigh on. Borelli, do you call yourself a gardener? Unless you've discovered a way to make roses thrive on unfiltered luckies, I suggest you pick that up. Yes, this is Dr. Mark Craig. Fine, thank you. Yes, I know, that's why I'm calling. I'd like to make an appointment to have that cavity filled. 3 weeks? What's he giving away? I don't suppose you've had a cancellation this morning? No. Okay. I'll call you back later when I know my schedule. Thanks. For nothing. Okay, come on. Chapter 1. Chapter 1. Look, let's take this logically. Where did it begin? Chapter 1. A chance encounter. Mother meets father.
Was it something we said?
Something we didn't say.
Hey, she's lucky we didn't accuse her.
She should have copied the truth instead of putting us under pressure like that.
That's my point exactly.
Well, we're first-year residents. We have to stick together.
Yeah, except the way the system works, we don't all get life jackets. See, you're on top of your game, Lavino. I can see that.
Thanks.
But she is a ball dropper, and if we're not careful, you and I could end up Westfalled.
Westfall?
A medic crushed under the weight of a moving ethical force. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the old guy, but he's the reason this dump is sliding into the Charles.
Things aren't so bad here.
You haven't tasted my sausage.
Listen, the O'Connor family's going to be here any minute. You see them?
Sure. I'll tell him Johnny Boy isn't critical anymore. At least I don't have to eat dinner here.
Me neither.
Oh, great. How about you and me tonight? Division 16.
Sorry.
You on call?
Involved with Dr. Westfall.
Oh. Hey, Birch. We got a problem.
Dr. Peter Sherratt, the noted sociologist, offers the theory that every human being is uniquely suited to a single task in life. But rarely do task and being become one. Was I born a surgeon? Did I intuitively know at age 5 why the good Lord put me on this earth? What is it?
Here, I brought your coffee.
Ooh, your hair's a mess.
Oh, for the love of Mike, Ellen. How do you expect me to get anything done when you're interrupting me every 2 minutes? I can't work with all these distractions.
Well, you asked for coffee. I'm sorry.
That cooks it. I'm going down to the hospital where I can concentrate. Besides, I've got all my medical files stored down there. So, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
Hey, you got one for me?
Yeah. Okay. Poor old Jewish man goes into the synagogue, all right? And he begins to pray. He says, "Oh, God, please, I've never won anything in my life. Please, let me win the lottery." You heard this one?
No.
Okay. Okay, a week goes by. He's back in the synagogue. He's praying. Oh, God, please. Is it so much to ask for you to let me win the lottery? 2 weeks go by. He's back in there. God, please, let me win the lottery. All of a sudden, a voice comes down from above. Saul, meet me halfway. Buy a ticket.
Not bad. Your timing's improved.
Thank you.
Dr. Westphal, why was I hooked back up to this machine? I thought you said it wouldn't do any more good.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't convince your parents.
You've been real straight with us from the start. Our parents can play let's pretend all they want. But I know there's not going to be a next summer up at the lake. I just want to make the best out of, what time is left.
Guess that's all that any of us want to do.
Last month when I first realized what you were saying about how my kidneys were failing, I wanted to. I wish that I could have. Well, you were there for me. And my family, they won't talk about my death, and there's so much that I want to say. But every time I start, they just cut me off.
Some people think that by not mentioning a problem, it'll go away.
But mine won't. And time's running out.
Let me talk to your parents again.
Thanks. Oh, and try that new joke on them. They could use a laugh.
Funny how my life's changed, too. Hi. Riding herd in these first-year residents, coping without Craig, snorkeling with one of the nurses.
Really? Which one?
My lips are sealed. It's made oral hijinks impossible.
Come on.
Yeah, just because it's public info, you're tamping Chandler's pipe.
I'm not ashamed to admit it.
If you knew the woman I was with, you would be.
Seth. I just delivered the bad news to O'Connor's family.
Oh, gee, how'd it go?
Fine, considering. They said they'd already seen you, and you didn't mention a thing.
Yeah, well, I decided to hold off.
Why?
I don't know. I saw them huddled together in the hallway, and suddenly I felt vulnerable, just inexperienced. He was my patient. By trusting Birch, I let him down.
Even so.
Besides, I'm glad you were the one. You were a nurse. You're older. It's more comforting.
Please don't put me in that position again, all right?
I'm sorry, Carol. Look, by the way, Ehrlich wants us to score an autopsy. Now, since you've already established a relationship with the family, will you ask them?
No.
I'm afraid this is the best we can do, Mark. Literally our last available office.
Why did you give mine away so quickly? The body was hardly cold.
This office is not appropriate for Dr. Kim.
Oh, it was fine for me, right?
I will admit it is rather small, but...
No, never mind. I'll make do.
Good.
Oh, Daniel, at some point, I'd like to ask you a few questions for my memoirs.
Happy to cooperate.
The past is a funny thing. As I start to delve in the last 30 or so years, remembering colleagues and cases, it's truly staggering the amount of good that we have done, the number of lives that we have saved. Let's face it, Daniel, in our own way, we in this noble profession are miracle workers.
I try to hold to a somewhat more realistic perspective about what we do. Keeps me humble.
Can the false modesty. You know what I mean.
I have patience to see.
Remember 1965?
Wasn't that long ago.
My first heart bypass operation. That Irishman from County Potato Head, Casey. The man was about to dip his pen into the Grim Reaper's inkwell. I saved his life. The hospital was abuzz with my success.
I think you're forgetting his liver complications as a result of the bypass. The man had to undergo a miserable battery of treatments, coupled with many lingering side effects.
Did I or did I not save the man's life?
You did. But I'm not quite sure that's the point.
Well, if he had the same heart problem a year earlier, they'd have rung his bell fast.
Granted. What about the quality of his life after the surgery?
I didn't hear him complaining.
He hadn't had time. Within 6 months, he was dead.
Hi.
Hey, man.
No, sit down. Ella was just telling me about her 10 days in Europe.
Yeah, well, my feelings about Switzerland have always been mutual. Marcy seems very happy with Klaus, and their Saint Bernard really took to Richard, who, by the way, is adorable in lederhosen.
He has the legs for it, hasn't he? Can you come to dinner tonight? I'm cooking ribs.
Can't. I'm coming back. What did you say to my son? What did you say to my son?
Mrs. Moynihan, please sit down.
Too angry to sit. We just left him. His conversation is morbid.
Mrs. Moynihan, Tim is well aware of what's happening.
But it's up to you to diminish his fears.
You mean lie to him? Mrs. Moynihan, you have a wonderful son. He's intelligent, funny, and he's not going to be with us much longer. And I know how hard this is for you. But please, try to remember that he's the one who's dying. Try not to think of yourselves.
I want another doctor. I want another hospital. Dr. Westphal wants us to let him go on thinking he's not going to live.
Do you have children, Dr. Westphal?
Yes, I have. Son and a daughter.
All right, suppose somebody said to you that you'd never be able to go camping with your boy ever again. Wouldn't you do everything you could to make sure that didn't happen?
Maybe you'd better find another doctor.
You're damn right. Because if Timmy is dying, it's because you're killing him.
So she wouldn't ask for the autopsy?
The Vino said Birch iced him. It's her responsibility. Oh, come on, Susan. We first years are all soldered together. She must have a reason.
Oh, yeah. She's out to get me.
Don't be paranoid.
Tonight, when she's snuggling up to Westfall, she's going to tell him everything.
True. I guess your goose really is plucked.
Hey, wait, Seth. I was doing you a favor.
Oh, yeah, but you injected the dilantin like you were caulking a window. And you pushed it in so fast his BP just dropped out.
You said not to worry. Just get it done.
I know. You're right. Navino could screw us both up. In case she doesn't, let's just let the paperwork fall through the cracks, okay?
Maybe I should talk to Westfall first.
Yeah, great. And kiss your residency goodbye.
Hi, kid.
Hi, Dad. Mrs. McClure just called to see if the autism group could meet here on Thursday night. I said yes.
Okay. Nice work. What's for dinner?
I thought you said you wanted to barbecue tonight.
Oh, right.
Rough day?
Yep.
You want to talk about it?
Nope.
So instead, you'll just sit here, sip and sulk?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Must be administrative then. Everyone says you're a good doctor. Too bad you don't get to spend much time at it.
No, it's just I'm treating a boy about your age, 17.
Dad, I'm 21.
Well, he seems about your age.
Are you saying I still act like a teenager?
No, I'm not. I just mean that he's young and he's dying, and I can't do anything but try and control his pain.
Must be rough on his folks.
When adults die, they leave a will, property, heirloom. There must be something a kid can leave other than a memory. If I could only... I don't know. Maybe I'm too locked into the old methods, huh? You glad you asked?
Yeah.
I think I will barbecue. Come on, son. Come on outside and help your dad. Come on.
think we should go with paper plates?
Or a rubber house.
That's the first time I ever made love to a beat.
Yeah, ever since the little drummer boy moved in, I wanted to kick his cymbals. Could you keep it down over there? What's taking you so long?
I'm looking for something.
What?
Eye makeup remover.
I'm out.
Didn't I leave some over here last time?
Nope.
Do you mind if I bring over a few essentials?
I thought you'd never ask. Get over here. Oh, your feet are cold.
Such a bathroom floor.
Well, you can bring over a nice fluffy rug, too.
You got it.
I used to worry about the passion, but you are.
Naturally.
And I?
And you would?
Did I make the earth move?
I thought that was the box spring slipping off the frame.
Oh, I could kill that Jack Morrison.
That begs explanation.
Well, you know, the McClenny baby was readmitted with bad intestinal trouble.
McClenny? Oh, yes. She's had a lot of problems since I delivered her 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And Jack, with his infinite wisdom, thinks it's appendicitis.
That's unusual.
Appendicitis?
Oh, Jack thinking.
Would you cut it out?
Why are you so hot?
Well, it's just that he went to the parents behind my back. He got them all confused. Took me 45 minutes to calm him down.
Did you straighten Morrison out?
I couldn't find him.
Chandler, tomorrow is your day off. Relax.
I can't.
How about now?
Dad? Dad?
Yes, son.
I want to talk to you about my future.
Tommy?
I know this is kind of a touchy subject, but what's going to happen to me later?
Tommy?
After you're gone, and Lizzie's married and moved away, who's going to take care of me then?
No, son, I'll always be here for you.
No, you won't.
Look, you don't need anyone to take care of you. You're cured.
Dad, this is only a dream. And there's going to come a time when you're going to have to face this problem. I'm never going to be all right.
See you, Dad. I'm going to go watch TV.
No, Tim, wait. Tommy?
Yeah. When was she last treated?
What's the status of the McClenny baby?
Oh, just checked her temperature. It's up to 104.
No improvement. I want a surgical consult. Would you check the board and see who's available?
Whoa. Are you talking about McClenny?
Uh-huh. Her temperature's 104. She's still vomiting. Latest CBC.
I understand your call's appendix.
Uh-huh.
So you're willing to operate to confirm your diagnosis?
Well, if she hasn't responded to the ampicillin by now,
Antibiotics do not yield instantaneous results.
I'm aware of that, but it's
Look, Jack, I think it's pretty lame of you waiting until Chandler's gone and scheduling surgery behind his back. Under no circumstances change the McClenny baby's treatment.
Morning, Alan. Do me a favor, will you call Trini down at Audiovisual? Tell him I want a camera set up stat.
State of the Union address?
No, not quite. Just an idea that came to me in the middle of the night. Thanks.
Hi, Donald. I ran into you. Look, can I buy you a cup of coffee? I'd like to talk to you a bit, get some of your input about my book.
Oh, can it wait, Mark? I'm due at a beautification committee meeting. You believe it?
You see, what I'm really looking for is a jumping-off point. I have a notion, but it needs to be turned into a concept.
Well, what's your notion?
Okay, you remember my first bypass?
No.
Oh, come on. Sure you do. 1965, patient by the name of O'Casey. I mean, some people call me a hero.
Well, you've done so many of them, Mark. It's become routine, I guess.
Saving a life is never routine.
Yeah, I know, but our methods are. See you later.
Price finder? Glad I caught you.
Hello, Jack. How's the family?
Fine. Yeah, fine.
You know, I was just thinking, even though we have tragic events like Kent State, mankind continues to progress. Nuclear-powered pacemakers, synthetic genes, and I don't mean Levi Strauss. What's up?
A little problem with my gastro-rotation. There's this 2-year-old. I'm sorry, one, please. There's a 2-year-old whom I'm convinced has appendicitis. No, the problem is she's Phil Chandler's patient, and he sees it as an intestinal problem. He's going the antibiotic route. Dr. Turner heard about the difference of opinion, and she ripped me apart.
So?
Well, I may be out of line here. You see, there's something of an item. You know, the sort of dating. Now, that's how the story goes. I don't know. They haven't, gone and made it officially public yet. I'm thinking that Dr. Turner may be, well, agreeing with Phil on blind faith. But maybe the wrong reasons. And I'm stuck here just short of a confrontation. I need some...
Now, look, Jack. I am not in the business of rumors, and neither are you. If you have a disagreement with Dr. Chandler or Dr. Turner, I suggest you take it up with them. I don't want personal intrigue or egos to foul up patient care. This problem should be strictly medical, you understand?
Mixed doubles autopsy. Then we're all free for breakfast at Wimbledon. You're served, Dr. Birch.
Liver appears normal in size and consistency.
Any surface irregularities?
Well,
Some evidence of chronic inflammation of the gallbladder fossa.
I want to congratulate whoever got the okay from the O'Connors.
I did.
that's not true. I asked.
No, you blubbered. I translated.
Well, they didn't say yes to you either.
And where were you, Navina, when all this was going on?
Well, while they were badgering Mrs. O'Connor...
You weren't badgering anyone.
The woman was in tears.
That's understandable. Her husband just died.
And who's responsible for that?
What's that supposed to mean?
Anyway, while I was explaining to the
I'm
son...
sure when you finally make a mistake, your bosom buddy Westfall will cover your butt.
What?
Well, I'd like to see that.
I don't think Carol's personal life is any of your business.
Shut up, Seth.
Women.
I'm leaving.
Dr. Westfall, what's wrong with this statement?
Go ahead.
New York, New York.
I don't know.
I said the state first.
Tim?
Yes.
That's terrible.
I know. I feel great.
Timmy, where have you been?
We've been discussing my future. I'm thinking of becoming a doctor. Where's Mom and the brats?
Your mother will be here as soon as Aunt Sally gets off work to babysit. Dr. Westfall, can I speak to you alone?
Sure.
I want you to get in that bed and rest, all right?
Okay, anything but the dialysis machine.
Timmy seems a lot better today, huh? More energy.
That's only temporary, I'm afraid.
Dr. Westfall, he is going to live.
I wish that were true. But I'm afraid that the tumor that's impinging on Tim's kidneys is spread beyond our control.
Last night, my wife and I got into a real screamer. I know the other children heard us, and, well, I'm worried. They've spent so much time in and out of this hospital visiting Tim. And they're asking me questions. I don't know what to say.
Tell them the truth.
I know you must think we're terrible parents.
No, I don't. Not at all.
Would it be possible for you to talk to my kids about what's going on?
Well, don't underestimate them, Mr. Moynihan. Kids know intuitively when something's happening. I guess our job as parents is to put all that in perspective, huh?
How can I? I can't even do that for myself.
Well, I just think you're depriving them of something they won't have a chance to do again. Saying goodbye to their brother.
How's she doing?
Her temperature is still 104. She can't keep any liquids down. I think her appendix is ruptured.
Any tenderness in the lower right quadrant?
Becoming generalized. She hasn't passed any stools since she's been admitted.
Erica. Yeah, prep OR3 for pediatric appendectomy. Well, who's on call? Yeah, he's fine. Thanks.
I'll let Chandler know what's going on.
Later. Let's hit the road, Jack. I had enough trouble delivering this baby. I don't want to lose her now. Come on.
Can't stand this weather.
Oh, you know what? You're going to be complaining about the wind chill.
I'm gonna miss the snow.
Oh, honey, here's a card from your pal, Eddie. He says he's up in Saratoga, sneaking into the track. Get well soon.
Bad chance. Why don't they have sorry or dying cards?
Timmy, don't talk that way.
I'm real tired, Ma.
Close your eyes.
We need some rain to break this humidity.
Oh, the paper today said we're going to top the record.
I feel like taking another shower.
Times like this, I miss the lake.
Shh, don't say that. He'll hear you.
No, he's sleeping. Look at me, look so peaceful. Tim? Timmy, he had a fever today. Tim? Oh my God, honey, get the doctor. Timmy?
I need a doctor here!
Tim? Timmy? Don't...
Excuse me. Ehrlich? Dr. Craig, what a pleasant surprise to see you back in the old stomping ground. How's Mrs. Craig?
Good.
And Barbara?
Good.
And your hand?
Goodbye. How does anyone find anything in here? The whole place is a disaster area.
Well, what exactly are you looking for?
Well, somewhere in this mess should be some boxes of mine. I suppose you could call them my papers.
Wait a second. I saw some stuff over here with your name on it. Aha. Here's one of the boxes. Bingo.
Great. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. I've got my work cut out for me here.
What are you going to do with all this crap?
Crap? For your information, Ehrlich, in these boxes is the documentation of my entire career. Oh, the blood and sweat and triumphs of 30 years. The tales that will help guide and inspire future generations of doctors. An instructional tool for the 80s, a visual compendium.
Every picture tells a story, don't it?
Oh, you are a sap. I'm writing my memoirs.
Well, this is something you should know about me, Dr. Craig. I can type, I can take dictation, I can even make a good cup of coffee. If there's anything I can do...
I'll keep that in mind.
You know, it might be a good idea to have the pupils' POV.
Fine.
The residents' reminiscences.
Uh-huh.
The intern's insight.
Ehrlich? Yes, sir. Get the light on your way out.
Oh, how you doing?
I told the service to tell you not to come back.
Huh?
The surgery went fine.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Whose?
The McClenny babies.
You went to the parents behind my back again?
Her appendix burst.
What? How is she?
I said, she's fine. You want to know the worst part about this? My instincts are right, and I let you and Roxanne make me doubt myself.
What's Roxanne got to do with it?
Oh, come on, don't give me that. You told Roxanne to keep an eye on me. And boy, did she, like a guard dog, sniffing and barking and refusing, Philip, refusing to change the treatment. Now, it's one thing for you not to trust me. It's another to have your girlfriend cut me in half. I'm never going to let that happen.
Jack, I'm sorry.
It's all mine.
Top of the class. What else?
Hi.
Donald?
Oh, I'm glad this day's almost over.
Me too.
Still want to interview me for your book?
There's no rush. Tomorrow, whenever.
Nice clock. Time does not stand still for hearts that beat together with love. The woman who waits for our next encounter.
A gift for me, Bladen.
Your heart transplant patient, what was that, 2 years ago?
Did you know that just before she died, she told me she wanted to sign up as an organ donor? A woman's life is on the line, and she's thinking about how to help others.
It's a brave lady.
You're damn right.
People call us courageous, you know, but it isn't true. We just pull the strings, call the shots. If a patient should die, we feel badly, but our lives go on. We really put very little in jeopardy. The patients are the heroes.
The strength of Eve Layton's spirit. That's what I should be concentrating on in my book. Not glamorizing myself and my accomplishments. Focus should be on human beings. The miracle and the maintenance of life. Would you excuse me, Donald?
Sure. See you tomorrow.
Chapter 1. I know how people die, but I still don't know why.
I feel.
Thought you'd be asleep by now.
Me too. How was your day?
Off.
It seems to be going around.
I'm not in the mood right now, okay?
What's the matter?
Why did you get involved in the McClaney case?
Your child needed surgery.
Yeah, I know. She would have died. I mean, before that, with Morrison.
Just trying to protect you, pal.
Look, just because we're sleeping together, it doesn't mean that I want you to speak up for me. I mean, it makes me look bad. So when I tell you I have a problem, I don't want you to go in the next day and try and fix it for me, okay?
No, you can't come in here and tell me things and not expect me to care.
Well, I think there's something wrong with our relationship if we can't use each other as sounding boards.
Look, Phil, we have very special circumstances.
Yeah.
So we need to have special rules. If you get the flu, I will be here. Or if you get ticked off with your folks, or if you can't figure out why God gave us souls. But if our love is going to work, if it's going to last, let's not talk about medicine. From now on, let's leave the hospital at the hospital.
Okay.
Now can we put this behind us?
Sure.
Good.
But I still don't want to make love tonight.
Mr. and Mrs. Moynihan, I have a gift that Tim left you. He made it early this morning.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Tim. I guess you already know that. Look at it this way. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can shut me off. But, I ain't been doing a lot of that lately. Dr. Westphal, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
You're doing fine.
Okay. not about dying, but what about after? Michael, you're gonna be the oldest brother. And believe me, that's a big responsibility, but I think you can handle the job. And Sean, don't throw dirt, even if Wayne McMahon throws it at you. And Kathleen, I know you're gonna grow up to be a beautiful girl. But keep working on that spelling, because you're gonna need that too. I guess. Oh, no, wait. Mom and Dad. I don't know. Even though we do a lot of stuff together as a family, it doesn't mean we're close. And even before I was sick, I was embarrassed to tell you how I felt. As if being honest was weakness. No more berries, more in hands, because all we want to do is to be loved by each other. And I love you all very much. Listen, don't worry about missing me, okay? Because I'll always be there. If not in spirit, on VHS, huh?
Where's Tim?